New day, new country. We now find ourselves in Thailand, specifically in Bangkok, and we are actually staying somewhere which is right on the river, the famous Chao Phraya, which is the main river running through Bangkok. And we thought, while we get our feet, we should basically do what Thai people do, which is focus on the water. They only really got roads in around about the 1880s, certainly the late 19th century. So up until then, every aspect of life was conducted on the water. So we're on the water, we're going to, I don't even know where, but we're going to stop along the way and see whatever shrines and temples are on this mighty river. This is the famous Grand Palace of Bangkok, and it used to be the residence of the king in about 1780s more or less, when he took up occupancy. And the families, the kings that followed, remained here. This was their place of residence and their place of official business right up until 1925, I think it was. Then the family moved out. Nowadays it's kept for sort of ceremonial purposes and things like that. One of the important things that we have to see here is the Emerald Buddha. It's supposed to be one of the most iconic and important Buddhas that exists in Bangkok, and there's a fascinating history behind the Emerald Buddha, which we'll go and find out more about in a while. But the dress code is incredibly important. If you look around, you might see people are well covered. You're not allowed in with shorts, you're not allowed in with exposed shoulders. And instead of finding a hot furry shawl on this 34 degrees in the shade Bangkok day, the secret, I'll tell you, is I had to grab my pajamas. It's the best I could do to cover my shoulders under the circumstance, but that's between you and me. Let's go find the Emerald Buddha. About to go into the temple, but a little bit more disrobing is required, so shoes are definitely a no-no. How do you like Villy's new outfit, huh? Not exactly corporate, but you know, we decided to kind of do what the locals do. No, actually that's not locals, that's probably more like local tourists, a bit like the people who come to South Africa and have to wear khaki. Oh well. That's not fair. You have those horrible Crocs to take off, and I've got all these laces and socks and things. We've just been to have a look at the Emerald Buddha. You're not allowed to take any photographs in there. It's sort of sacred area. In fact, I think Willie nearly got arrested because he discreetly tried to bring his camera up, but they've seen this in tourists before, so no, we had to remove ourselves. Looked at the Buddha first. It's exquisite. It's not very big. It's high up on a sort of the front part of the church. And the Buddha himself, even though he's called emerald, is actually made out of jade and jadeite. It's not even made out of emerald. And then the cloth over him is pure gold. 4 times a year, he has his clothes changed by the royal family. Tempting gong right outside, which Willie is desperate to use so gently. They're using our shoes again, which you have to in the temples, but this one's a bit more nifty. Take green bag, remove precious Crocs, and carry into temple. We are in the presence of the Praputa Sayat, better known as the reclining Buddha, and obviously that means we're in the Wat Po. He is absolutely splendiferous, probably one of the most incredible Buddhas that you'll find in Bangkok. He is 46 meters long, 15 meters tall, and interestingly, at the time, Rama III was on the throne, and the Buddha came first, and then he built this magnificent hall around him. And at the time, there was quite a strong Chinese influence in paintings and art style, which is representative in this building. Billy's just found an even more splendiferous and bigger gong. And you know what? You've got to hit it. You've got to take that thing and do it We're still outside the reclining Buddha, and what better sound than that? We have seen an enormous amount of posing today. And in fact, when we were traveling here on the riverboat, there were some of these gorgeous looking girls and gorgeous looking guys, I have to say, all telling us that they were on their way here. So we thought it was some kind of ceremony, but they informed us that no, this is where people go in Bangkok to get special family portraits. What amuses me is that they're exquisitely dressed, but on their feet are very practical walking shoes. Did you really think we were going to come all the way to Bangkok and not go to the Pat Pong night market? I'm sure anybody who's been here knows exactly what this market's about, but we had to. What a journey getting here. En route, we managed to sabotage and jump into a Zumba class, genuinely. Then we jumped in tuk-tuk, that was lovely. Then we tried to get conned by another tuk-tuk. Then we got conned by an ATM. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head in this place, you really do. But anyway, we're surviving it all. And we've now come to the night market of Pat Pong, where there's notorious ladies of the night dancing in all their little places and all the bargains that'll be down that street. That guy in green has just been trying to sell us some ping pongs. Now, you get different sorts of ping pongs in this particular market. He's trying to tout ping pong beers, okay. But there's another person just ahead of us who's offering us ping pongs of a whole different kind. This is Pat Pong. Ladies of the night on the right, well, dancers on the right, more dancers on the right. It's the 6th of September. Here we are in Bangkok, and I've just checked my weather app, and it's a fairly modest 33 degrees today with a fairly balmy 69% humidity, typical Thailand. So we're here in the business district of Bangkok to do business, and it's beautiful behind me, but this is what we have come to do today. Wearing our hats as double W jewelry, we're attending the 68th Bangkok Gem and Jewelry Fair. It's an international event. It's enormous. It is absolutely enormous. There's something like 5 different warehouse-sized sort of exhibition halls, and their only subject matter is jewelry and gems. This is something I've never experienced before. I can't wait to find out what it looks like. Look at this. Look at the sheer size of this. And the only subject matter is jewelry and gems. There's nothing else except for jewelry, the whole lot. And this is only directory board for halls 1 to 4. All the different categories. You've got fine gold, the jewelers, diamonds. Okay, so just to get an idea of your prices, can you tell me how much they are, please?
This is $640 US.
Is one of the most interesting things in the jewelry world. It's formed from tree resin, and they say that the proper old resin is sort of millions and millions and millions of years old in order to be able to make it fossilized like this. This is the honeydew amber with interesting bugs and bubbles inside it. Thailand is the most fascinating country of contrast and apparent conflict. It's chaos everywhere, and you've got these huge differences between life in the streets and the food you get there and what's behind me, which is the Icon Siam. Icon Siam is the newest, biggest mall in Bangkok. 7 stories, It's super modern, all of the new brands and names you get. And right next to it is the street food, and the kind of food that you absolutely think you get nowhere else in the world. But here on the streets, next to that building, that's where you'll find it. We're in Chatuchak. It's a Friday night, and the biggest market in Bangkok is this one. It's the weekend market. It's only open for these 3 days, but it's enormous. Not only the biggest market in Bangkok, but also the biggest market in the whole of Thailand, which says something for this country. 35 acres of market and 27 different categories of contents, over 15,000 stall holdings. It's something worth seeing just for it. Billy is super excited because he loves markets. No, he doesn't, but he's here because he's going to watch me walk around 35 acres of market. Disappointing. 35 acres worth of almost. Actually, I'm deeply suspicious. I think Willy might have arranged this especially so we didn't have to walk through 35 acres of market.
Go now.
It's our last day in Bangkok, and we're going to end the way we began, which is on the mighty river, the Chao Phraya. Today we're taking a longboat in the company of Queen Nine, who's going to show us all about the alleys. These things have been around in Bangkok since about 1930, when somebody who worked with the royal family hit on the idea of taking an ordinary rowing boat and adding a long tail engine. And I guess since then they've become synonymous with Thailand. We're at a floating market on our long tail visit, but I can find a cappuccino anywhere, even at the floating market.